Hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing today? I hope everyone has been having a lovely week thus far. Um, we're in the third quarter, you guys, so I hope everyone is doing well. My apologies. I am a little bit late today. However, it's all good. Hopefully, you all can hear me. And we're just all good and cracking, all right? So today is Wind Down Wednesdays. I miss you guys. I know I've been out for the past couple weeks. However, I've been kind of just doing some things and getting some things started. So thank you for joining, and just thank you for all your support. So let me go ahead and get started. Hi, I am Javita, and I help single moms overcome the challenges that comes with being a single mom so that she can reduce stress, find time for herself, and live a life full of love and abundance. My overall mission is to empower women to live confident, authentic lives unapologetically. I'm just really, really excited about that. But I'm more excited about today's topic. I asked you guys to provide me topics, and I'll research them and I'll come and talk. And so this one I think is a pretty interesting topic. It was interesting to me, at least, to research it and get feedback on different things. So I'm going to go for it. Are you guys ready? All right. So, and I'm going to be looking at my notes because I did research this a good bit. So today's topic is women proposing to men. Like several people have asked me to speak on this, and I'm like, I don't know why I should speak on it, but I'm just here to share my thoughts. So this was sent to me, like I said, a while ago, and let me first give a disclaimer. The views expressed on today's Wind Down Wednesday is only of Javita and Javita's alone. It's all by herself. It's her views, her opinion. It doesn't mean anything, but it's just my opinion and my thoughts on the way that I feel. So let's go ahead and jump in. So there are a lot of women proposing to men these days, right? And well, not a lot. I'll say the number is increasing, for women proposing to men. And I think it's like a growing trend in my opinion. So from what I researched, one of the main reasons why women are proposing to men is that they feel as though in the way society is today, and in today's time, that that women shouldn't have to wait on a guy to ask them to marry them. That's point blank. That's like one of the number one things that I saw when I was researching this topic, that women are saying, it shouldn't matter who asks who. If you want to get married, you ask the guy to marry you. And I think that's all good, because I think to each his own. Some people aren't traditional. Some people just want to go out there and do their own thing. And I actually did a poll with my guy friends. I kind of asked a few of my guy friends, how would they feel if a woman proposed to them, and what would they do? Now, some of the guys were like, they don't know what they would do. It would all depend, on if they're really feeling the chick or not. Some of them have said absolutely not. They would say no. Some of them were just kind of like, hold on, let me see. I wrote this down. Some of them said they would be actually okay with it. Some would really love the fact that, oh, she asked me to marry her. Some of them said depending on the circumstances, if they were feeling her and they wanted to get married to her as well, and they were planning something, then they would actually probably, if they got asked, they would probably say yes, but then they will flip and turn around and propose anyway, because that's what they were planning on doing. So I got a lot of mixed reviews on it. So in the research that I did, like I said, women felt as though it shouldn't matter who proposes, and they shouldn't have a problem asking. Now, I also found that some women just don't want to wait on men for whatever the reason is. They have various reasons for not wanting to wait on a guy to ask them to marry them. I have no idea what they are. They didn't say all that. But I know I am of the opinion that you can do what's best for you. To each his own. I think it's different, when a woman actually proposes to a man. I think how I believe things should be like, I think a man should propose to me, and I can only speak for me. I can't speak for all the other women out there, but I really do, because I believe that when a man proposes, he's ready. He's truly ready. And, I'm not saying that when a woman proposes, she's not ready or whatever the case may be. I think, women are ready way before men get ready to be married. Some, not all. I can't say all in this case at all, because there are some men who are ready to be married before a woman, but we're talking about the proposal. So I think, and this is my belief only, is that when a man asks you to be his wife, to take his hand in marriage, he's ready to go to that next level. There's no questioning whether or not he's ready. You didn't pressure him. You may have had conversations about it, but you never pressured him. You just say, hey, this is what I want. He knows what you want, because I think we as women, we need to say what it is that we want, what our end game should be, what we want our end game to be. So, he kind of knows like where you stand and all of that. But I just think, women are just ready before men are when it comes to wanting to be proposed to and wanting to get married. That's just my stance on that. I also think that a man does know that he's going to marry this woman before she knows that she wants to marry him. So I truly believe that as well. And like I said, based off conversations that I've had with a lot of my friends, male and female, I just kind of get that feel that that's kind of what it is. So I also think women can let their mate know, like, you just let them know that you would like to get married. I'm more traditional in a sense, because I truly believe the man is the pursuer, and if he's interested in dating me, he'll let me know what his intentions are. If he's interested in being exclusive with me, he will let me know what his intentions are. If he's interested in marrying me, he would go and ask my father and my son for my hand in marriage. He would, I'm just a traditional person per se, when it comes to dating and all of that. So as far as a woman proposing, if that's what she chooses to do, then that's what she chooses to do. I told you guys that some of the men that I've asked, some would say no, some will be like, they'll be very happy for that to happen, because you know what? It takes the pressure off of them. And I don't really think it should be any pressure. I think when you're ready to propose to anybody and you're ready to take that step, it should be a no-brainer. It shouldn't be any pressure. It shouldn't be any fear, because you should know your partner well enough to know that, hey, we're on the same page, and she is more than likely going to say yes. And I'll say he or she, because like I said, women are proposing more these days. What else did I write here? Like I said, as a woman, you need to communicate your intentions as well. So me just saying that, hey, I know if he wants to date me, he'll make his intentions known. He'll do that, but I also need to let him know where I stand and what I want and where I see things going. So you can't just be stagnant and not say anything at all and expect him to read your mind, especially if you want somebody to propose to you. I mean, I think that's just a discussion you guys will have to have. Can't say that I've ever been in that position, but I would think that's a discussion that you would definitely have once you're like getting to that point where you kind of are ready to, commit to each other for life, under God. I personally don't see it as a problem. Women can propose to men. That's just, if that's what they feel they want to do, that's just what they need to do. And that's cool. I don't see any marriages breaking up. I see joint proposals happening. You'd be like, hey, you want to get married? He'd be like, yeah, okay, let's do it. That's your proposal right there. So, I mean, it can happen a number of ways. So I don't think there's any ill feelings towards, women proposing to men. And vice versa. I just think it's just all depends on the couple and kind of what they want. If that's what she chooses to do, then that's what she chooses to do. I mean, that's just what it is. It's plain and simple. But there are quite a few. It was like interesting researching this topic, because a lot of the things that I researched, a lot of women were saying, why should they be afraid to ask for what they want? They keep saying today's society, women want to be equal with men. However, there were some men who were like, yeah, we can be equal, but if you ask me, I'm going to tell you no, because in their mind, they're thinking that you're trying to take control of the entire relationship. Like the roles are reversing. And I don't know, it all depends on the people, how you see it. It may be a role reversal, it may not. All depends on how the person acts, because sometimes, it can be like, oh, well, she's asking because she's the primary breadwinner and she's bringing, more into the house, into the marriage than he is. And so she may have a power trip, per se, so to speak. So, you just got to weigh your pros and cons. If you're that woman who feels that's what you should do, then I say do it. If you're not, if you're more like me, I just know that that's just how it's going to happen for me. I see it. It's going to come, and that's just how it's going to happen. But I say have at it, you guys. If you're a woman and you want to propose to your man, go right ahead and do so. Just go right ahead and do so. The choice is yours. If you feel comfortable, you should have had that conversation. I just want to make sure that, like you're going through the same type of process that a guy would probably go through. Because there is the fear of rejection. There is the fear of what if he says no? What if he's not on the same page? I would assume and hope that you guys have had that particular conversation ahead of time before you decide to go and ask. And you're just not asking just like, okay, I'm just going to ask because this is what I'm ready to do. And you hadn't had that conversation. So my take on women proposing to men is that the choice is yours. It's up to you. It's what you want to do. Prayerfully, your guy will accept it and be happy and ecstatic and like, yay. Or he may just in turn accept your proposal and then turn around and propose to you. Now, there was some interesting discussion on this as far as getting him a ring or whatever. And I just kind of saw it. I'm kind of going a little bit off, but you don't get him a ring. I don't know what that's about. The ring isn't the big thing, the important thing. It's more of, but you get him something. Like someone gave him a tie clip or some gave him some engraved hammer. Whatever the case may be, you know your guy. You know what you want. But for me, I am traditional. I am conservative. And that's just my views on it. If you want to ask your man, if a woman wants to ask a man to marry her, then go for it. Just be confident enough, but you don't need that to empower you. Don't let that be your moment of empowerment because you should be empowered way before that. Don't let that be your moment where you're now all confident and all of this stuff like that because you should have been confident way before that. So that don't use that as that because I believe if you use it as your empowerment moment or your confident moment, it's more so it may backfire. And then you may go back to where you were before you even got to that point. So if you just build yourself up and just live your life authentically, you just be who you are, you can conquer the world on your own, or you can just ask him to marry you, however you choose. But Javita does not have a say in whether or not you ask or not. She just knows how she would like to be proposed to. All right, so I thank you guys for listening. Please provide your feedback because I think this can be an ongoing conversation because there are various differences of opinions. It can go deeper than what I've just stated. What I've stated just been surface level stuff. It's very like on the surface, very much so on the surface, and it can go deeper. It can go as deep as saying the roles reverse. Like if a woman does ask, then she may feel as though now she's the quote unquote, husband or breadwinner, whatever the case may be, however you want to define it these days. I don't know. The dictionary changes terms all the time. But it can go deeper into saying that it is a role reversal. I don't think it is, but some men do. They do think it's more of the woman wanting to be in control. I don't think that. But like I said, this can go deeper. It can go deeper as into saying, more she might take on the alpha female role a little bit, higher or whatnot, and she may, just take something away from him. But I do think it all depends on the individual. Like I said, the people that I've asked, they were like, they either don't know, or they'll be like very happy if she does ask, or they'll just plainly say no. And that's just the bottom line. They'll say no, and that's just it. But I think it all depends on how they feel about the person. how involved they are and how ready they are to marry that person and to become, a lifetime partner with that person. That's what it is. So again, I thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the love, the likes, the hearts. If you have anything that you would like for me to discuss, please message me. Send me an email at info@JavitaNMiller.com. Post in here, but I would really love to see your comments and hear how you guys feel about women proposing to men. And that's the only topic we're on, is on women proposing to men. I know it could go bigger than that, but right now, today's topic was just women proposing to men. All right. Thank you guys. Talk with you later. Love you. See you next week. Wind Down Wednesdays. All right. Bye. Oh, it's hot in here.